Is it me you're looking for? Hello, 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 everybody. It is your baby boomer Kitty Lane from the peninsula in Virginia. Okay, I got a little too excited. I forgot to mute my TV. Yes, you see a lot of stuff going on with your girl. I'm not apologizing either. I'm doing a 2-day test to see why I'm having the focal seizures and the little blackout spells that I have. But regardless of that, we're going to keep it moving. Okay. That's what we're going to do. I have lots to show you that I've been showing you, even one that I had been leaving out. I kind of dug it out of the trenches. And how y'all like my hat? Hi, love. You like my bobble hat? I sent you a picture showing you what I look like without it. I'm like, no, 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 no. We will not do that 2 days in a row. I cannot come on this live looking like Victor, Frankenstein's monster. No, we're not doing that. So this was the result. And you know, purple is my color. So I even pulled out the purple duster to go with it. Thank you so much. Thank you. First of all, I want to start today by saying I have loads and loads and loads of pixie dust today. And so far, I have only shared that pixie dust with 2 people. And one is not able to watch right now. So I'll shout out who she is, and that's my daughter. So I threw some pixie dust her way. And the other one, if they want you to know, they'll let you know I threw pixie dust her way too. But I got buckets and buckets and buckets of pixie dust, which means that I feel really, really, really good. And one of the reasons I feel good is because I had yet another tussle with the insurance companies. But this time, I have a care coordinator with the company that I'm with. I'm with Anthem. And the care coordinator has been on the phone with me for the past 3 days. And she finally saw what I have been saying all along. She called social services to get in contact with my Medicaid worker, which is part of the conditions of my insurance. And it was, she's in training all this week. But when we called yesterday, we weren't given that information. She won't be back until tomorrow. Well, most government agencies are not going to be working tomorrow or Monday, as it's a national holiday Monday. And I'm pretty sure she's not going to be there Monday. Hello, lurkers. Yes. Hi. So when she got to listen to this one, she said, I would like to ask you a few general questions so we know where we are. And she proceeded to ask the question. And the operator says to her, well, that's not a general question. That's a specific question. I'm just an operator. Now, when she told her that she wanted to ask questions, why didn't she announce who she was just at that moment? We would have known not to just ask the operator. It was just, thank you for calling social services. Not even, how may I direct your call? She even had to ask the lady who she was. And I'm in the background, I'm trying not to laugh. And I grew into this guffaw of a laugh. I was just, you know, and I told her, I was like, Jenny, I apologize. The laughter is not directed to you. It's just that I'm so happy that someone else is experiencing what I have been experiencing for the past 3 years. And it's not with the insurance companies, it's with the Department of Social Services. This is the most uncouth bunch of people I have ever seen in my life. And I don't mind saying it publicly now because The insurance, two insurance companies that I've dealt with, no. So it's not me. Y'all know how good that makes me feel. You know, this is a person who thrives on staying educated. If it's something I don't understand, I will look it up. I definitely will. And I will study it until I feel like I understand it. Being that my grandfather was an insurance agent and he went out and collected insurance and explained insurance, I've understood what insurance is all about from a very early age. You know, it's that it's best to have it and not need it than to need it and not have it. You know, insurance is that safety net. You know, in a few words, that's what it is. It's there to protect you when you can't protect yourself, whatever kind of insurance you're getting. So I understand what insurance is. When they start breaking it down and trying to teach me what insurance is, I get offended. I try not to let it show because I realize that I'm not the only person they're dealing with. But I tend to get highly offended because I start feeling like I start asking if they plan to pay child support. Okay. Okay. You got me tickled. Oh. Okay, hold on. Let me gather myself back together. But like I said, I get offended because I feel like you're just categorizing me or stereotyping me. You know, you see, and I'm going to put it out there, you see an older disabled Black woman out of shape, needing help from the system, and you just assume I'm ignorant. I am far from ignorant. I'm not saying I'm the smartest cookie in the room. I will never try to be the smartest cookie in the room because then you're all alone. But I'm just saying, you know, I pride myself on if it's something I don't know, trust and believe, I will go look it up and I will study it until I get a better knowledge of it. I may not know everything about everything, but I know a lot about a lot of things. Whew. So when Jennifer got to hear that today and she realized from our first conversation when I told her, I understand this, I understand this, I understand this. I'm confused about this. And what I'm confused about is all on social services and the wording that they send out when they send you documents. So the document they sent me said that I was approved for in-home health care. Yay! And then it sends me a list of providers, which I've already let them know I'd rather keep the person that I have. I just want to set it up so that that person can be paid. They're still pushing for me to pick another provider. Okay, well, no, that's not what they're actually doing. The paperwork indicates that. What they want me to do is get a sponsor who will handle the behind the scenes of my provider being paid. She's the one that will be filing the paperwork, you know, separating the taxes and doing all that good stuff, which I did take accounting. I can do that too. But why take on what I don't have to take on? If social services is going to pay for this. So my thing is, instead of trying to talk to people above their heads and making yourself look really, really stupid in the process, talk to people like they're people. You know, when Jen got off the phone with them today, she was like, and Jen is my care coordinator through Anthem. When she got off the phone with them today, she said, I feel stupid. And I assured her, Jen, don't, 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 don't feel stupid. It's not you. It's not you at all. Hello. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. I'm going to remember. I'm going to remember. I told myself last night I was going to remember. Oh my God. Oh my God. It's like I remember. Hi, Butter Roll. I'm trying. I am trying so hard to remember you. Dorothea, I got the D and the EA at the end right. Dorothea, and I should remember it. My mother's favorite celebrity was Aretha Franklin. And being that I knew the D started it, I should have been able to remember. But I'm going to work on that. I am definitely going to work on that. I am so happy to have you here. I am. And for those who didn't hear, I am your baby boomer, Kitty Lane from the Peninsula in Virginia. Yes. Welcome to another Create and Relate. And today, my topic, I'm going to get into this before I even get into the whips, is communication is key. Okay? Um, that's something that I always say. And you all know how passionate I am about sign language. I think the key to resolutions is communication. I think so much can be solved if we can just communicate. Well, a portion of communication that I wanted to talk about today is effective listening. After what I've been going through with this insurance company for the past 3 days, and the fact that these people over there in that office, wherever they are now, do not listen effectively. And I wanted to talk about that. Effective listening is also called active listening. Well, what does it mean to listen effectively? It's a conscious effort to concentrate on what someone is saying, aiming to understand their message rather than just hearing the words. It's so easy to just hear the words. My grandkids do it all the time. My grandson is notorious. My grandson is very, very, very gifted, smart. And he declares that he can finish everybody's statement. Uh, about 85% of the time, he's right. But there's that 15% of the time that he gets that side eye glare from grandma that. So, how can we be effective listeners? I got 5 good points out of that. There are many more. I think I got up to 12, but a lot of them just kind of branched off from the original 5. One is to pay attention. That's what I have to work on. I'm putting me out there. I'll put me on blast when I need to be put on blast. Those of you who know me and have had conversation with me know that I have a bad habit of interrupting and carrying the conversation. And one of my best buds is my challenger, my brother. Let me tell you this right quick. The man that I call my brother for years, I call him my boobala, um, is the only person I knew who could outtalk me. When I had conversation with this woman the first time, and I realized she presented the same challenge my boobala presented, I knew that I was in love with her right then. She and I are going to be conversationalists for life, whether she knows it or not. It's something about them Aries. And my daughter and I talk about it all the time. If we ever want to be challenged in talking and having good conversations, get an Aries. I'm telling you, Aries and Sagittarius in conversation, you got yourself a conversation. But like I said, I have to, in under paying attention, I have to learn not to interrupt. I have to learn to hear other people out. The second part of that is showing empathy. Notice I said empathy and not sympathy. Okay. And that's understanding and sharing others' true feelings. Understand what they're putting out, understand what they're getting across, understand how they're feeling when if they're really passionate about something, try to share that passion, try to feel it, try to immerse yourself so much in the conversation that you are feeling what they're saying and you can share that experience. Um, Mark 3, ask clarifying questions. If there's something that you have a question about what they said, listen completely so that you can ask a question that has not already been answered in what they were saying. You know, if I tell you the Coca-Cola plant in Georgia is vast, and I love the part at the end where you get to taste the different Coca-Colas. They give you a little taste cup and you just go around and taste different. I don't know how many, I don't remember how many variety there are, but you know, you just get to, some are nasty, some are great. And if you come back and ask me, how many variety are there? I just said to you, I don't know. I don't remember how many, you know, so it's like throwing me backwards into a conversation. You know, essentially it's letting me know you really weren't listening to what I said. You're not even vested in this monologue. It's not even a conversation. You know, if you're, well, let's go to number 4. Defer judgment. Don't, we always say, especially in this community, no judgment. Allow people to say what they're feeling, what they are saying. You know, allow them to convey their point without judging them. Okay? Even if it's something that you don't agree with, hold yours. Now, if you're having a debate, that's something totally different. That's where you get to argue your points. But if it's someone if I'm trying to tell you how something makes me feel, don't throw it back on me. Don't become narcissistic. Well, you know, well, you make me feel like this. You're inviting an argument. You're not listening. All you're doing is what you can do, I can do better. You're one-upping them. Respond appropriately. What does that even mean? If I'm telling you how much this makes me feel like Victor, Frankenstein's monster, an inappropriate response, especially if you don't know me, would be to giggle and tell me how funny I look. I know that, and I might be able to make a joke about it, but it doesn't mean that I'm able to accept a joke from the outside, or from the opposite end, for you to start crying about it. You know, because in the other part, I'm like somewhere in the middle, honestly. I'm able to accept what's going on, but I I don't want to scare anybody away, but I don't want this to become the focus. You know, so responding appropriately would be, I see, I assume we're having testing, especially if I don't tell you. You know, if I just show you, I assume we're having testing. I mean, I'm at home and I got all of this going on, you know? So, yeah. Okay. How do you show that you're listening? You ask relevant questions. So, I assume this is testing. What's going on? It is testing. Positive reinforcement. Well, let's hope that the test results come out positive. You know, Call them by name. Well, Kitty, you're still beautiful. Thank you. Summarize the conversation. If you can tell them, if I can come to you and give you a paragraph of how I feel, and you can give me a sentence back, putting everything I said in a sentence and make it make sense and make it match what I said, then that is what you call summarizing my conversation. You've shown me that you are actively, you are effectively listening. Okay? Tips to improve. Okay? This is all on me. All on me. I'm receiving it. Beware of interrupting. I tell my grandson all the time, God gave you 2 ears and 1 mouth. You're supposed to listen more than you talk, little man. I need to follow that. Stay focused. Stay focused. Don't become hypnotized in staying focused. Constantly, I understand eye contact is important, but for a lot of us, me being one, if I sit here and stare in your eyes, I'm assessing you. I'm not really even hearing your words. I'm looking at your eye color. I'm looking at your brow line. I'm looking at your lashes. I am not getting, there we are. I wasn't getting any of the, okay, I need to go back to this one. ADHD makes this a struggle for me. Dorothea, you're not alone. I have ADHD as well. That's one of the reasons I chose to talk about this. And that's one of the reasons I'm saying don't become hypnotized. And I should have gone on and labeled it as it was. When I stare a person straight in their eyes, my ADHD takes me everywhere. I'm looking at their hair, their brow line, their lashes, eye color, their lips, the bridge of their nose, their complexion. I'm looking at everything but hearing those words that are coming out of their mouth. You know, if I appear to not be paying attention or I'm looking in their direction, if I look off at something, I am focused on what you're saying. I'm hearing you. If I'm crocheting, now I can't say with my writing, because writing requires me to think about the spelling too much. But if I'm crocheting something that's easy peasy, that I don't have to continually count like a granny square. I don't like granny squares. But if it's something like that, then I'm listening. I am listening to you. Um, the other part is to be curious. That goes back to asking relevant questions. I can't ask you questions that pertain to what you're actually talking about if I'm not listening to you. So I have to actively and effectively listen to be able to ask you pertinent questions. Okay. 5 repellents of effective listening: lack of interest. There is a particular content creator. I love watching her deal with her yarn and crocheting. And when she starts giving her political views, I switch off of her channel. Um, and it's not that we don't share those same views. It's just that, I'm sorry, I just told a lie. Most of the time we don't share the same views. I have my own views, but I'm not going to talk to someone like I'm trying to force my views on you. And I feel like I really don't, that doesn't belong here. You know, we're trying to build a community of togetherness. Then we start talking about that, that's going to drive us apart. That's definitely going to drive us apart. Because I have my own views, you have your own views, you have yours, you have yours. You know, that's part of being individuals and being unique. So if we, you know, and we most of the time are very strongly convicted in our beliefs, and someone come along with something different, sometimes it can make your blood boil. And I'm not trying to do that. Community is exactly right, Michelle. That's what we're trying to be. And sometimes being in that community is knowing when to shut the up. I'm just saying. Another repellent is noise. We're in the middle of rush hour traffic. Somebody is booming country on this side, rap on this side, and you got an argument of road rage going on in front. I'm sorry, I'm trying to pay attention, but there's just too much going on around me. Somebody blowing the car horn, the raggedy bus coming by, you know, and all you can hear is blah, 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 blah. You know, I I can't focus. I'm trying. So noise, other distractions like my yellow booger. Michelle knows him well. My little yellow booger can just, I call my grandkids boogers. We got a yellow one and a beige one. But my little yellow booger, the gifted smart one, makes his way into any conversation around him. He, yes, yes, yes. He can be quite the distraction. You're looking at TV and there's something that you really want to look at. I love documentaries. He will come in on the middle of the documentary and start a conversation. And I'm like, little man, little man. Personal bias. I think we just talked about that. I'm not putting my views on you if I'm trying to tell you how I feel. How does the sunshine make me feel? My political conviction has nothing to do with that. My spirituality has nothing to do with that. You know, we know where it is. The last one is intrusion. Um, really goes back to distractions. You know, the neighbor that popped by and didn't call before they came, the maintenance man just coming into your apartment when you haven't ordered, you have not put in a work order for anything, those types of things. So, what I want us to focus on, you know, I always come with a challenge, and I think I'm challenging myself more than anybody, is to be a better listener, to be a more effective listener, to stop interrupting. That's my fallacy. I claim it. Not proud of it. I'm proud of the fact that I can claim it, but um, I'm not proud of it itself. So that's what I want to work on. Whatever part is yours, work on it. Work on it. Let's hear each other out. Okay. So, wow, 29 minutes. I have everything ready today to show you, even one that I had been forgetting about. You saw this the other day. I can't go any further until Juan goes further. So this is my rendition of the Wildflower Oasis throw. That is the summer cow that Juan is doing. I have put that information in the description box already. Yes, I did. I did. And this is my rendition of the Hippie Dippy. It's part of it. It's not finished. But and I've only worked on it for like a day and an hour. So it's okay. It's okay. We all I say all the time that we can start over with each eye blink. That's what life affords us. The opportunity to start over, the opportunity to advance, the opportunity to grow, the opportunity to change. You know, I've recently started making decisions to stop being so down on myself for not doing things. I unloaded a lot on two very good friends of mine recently about not feeling up to par because I'm not able to do things that I want to do. And it's either get up and do it or stop babying about it. You know, either move on and some of them I can't do. So it's no need to just run myself in the ground, you know, because I can't do it. That's what I need to really get over. You know, no more pity parties. So this is where we are so far. And y'all, my little, we call him Butterman too. That's Yellow Booger. Um, I got you. I got you. I love you. Um, he put this poncho on and he looked so handsome in it. I was like, oh my goodness. But with him being so short, this is the perfect length for him. This is 23 inches so far. And we are actually going to keep going until we get to 36 inches. So we have 13 inches to go there. Okay. And I'm so proud of this. I said that I was going to do two more squares, and that would leave me three more to do. So I got this part. The only thing I need to do is add the black here and attach it and attach this one. Y'all, we got 7 squares complete. 7 of them. So I only have to add the 2. Once I add the 2, then it's just the border. I'm so proud of myself because I really don't like granny squares. When I started out doing the simple block stitch and I showed it to my son to let him know that I was making it for him. And he reminded me that I made one for him like that. The the River of Crystals, River of Jewels, whichever one I call it. And he was like, I really like the little squares. My heart sank because I so don't like granite squares. Oh, y'all, I really, mm. But it's almost done, so I'm happy about that. This is my wind spinner, and all I have to do is finish the purple on that. It's no rush. It was just something to do. So I can't promise that it'll even be finished this week. And if it's not, that's fine. Now, this is one I want to finish this week. This is my project bag. And it's not mine. It's whoever wants to bid on it. That's why it has to be done. It's got to be done by Saturday. And what I did was just pulled out balls. And I'm working up whatever ball comes up. I got them. I just, and I know that the strap, the very top and the strap are going to be black. So that part I know. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4 more to show you. Wow. My tank top, which I was supposed to work on yesterday, I decided to forego the tank top and work on my son's blanket. And I'm happy I did because I got so much further with it. Um, but the tank top, I know, is not going to take me too much longer. The hardest part was getting it out to where it is. I don't have to increase the sides anymore. It's just going straight up from there. So I'm happy with that progress. I had to do things a little differently than the pattern because I have a little longer torso. And then my doctor's office piece, which is going to be a beach towel. I have not decided. It's going to be a graph can. So I have not decided what's going to be in the middle. I can just tell you that it's going to be red. And right now I'm looking at the possibility. I have three possibilities. The brim of a hat, lips, or the word love. So those are the three ideas that I'm looking at. Or sunglasses. I didn't think about those. And then the item that I had not been showing you all because I know what to do to get further. It's just, and to be honest with you, I'm being 1,000% honest here. I got bored with it. But it's this. It's a hot pad. It's using my stitch, the thermal half double crochet. And all I'm doing is putting a raised portion in the middle. I don't know if you can see that it's raised. There it is. And you can go under it. And I'm going to duplicate this side and fold it back over. This portion, this raise, offers airflow, even though the other side will be connected to it. It offers airflow without making the material itself so hot. You have a barrier in there, a barrier of air and height to keep it from making everything so hot. I also wanted to I made it kind of small. I want to make them bigger when I decide to make them and decide to get back into, doing it. But it'll also make it so that you can hold it if you have to hold on to something a little while longer without these getting so hot. It's just a little more padding. It's just a little more padding so that people can maneuver better. So those are my 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's 8. Oh, it's like I'm missing one. And my grandson, he almost did it yesterday because he started yanking on my yarn. But here we are with the spreads. This is what's being worked on today. This is the piece that we are working on today. I'm going to hit on and pull my 6.5. And we are definitely working on, for those of you who don't know, this is for one of the Ghost Brothers family. Yeah, those of you, if you know who the Ghost Brothers are, it's Dalen, Jawan, and Marcus. This is for Dalen's family. Dalen, Stacy, and their daughter Axel. They have 2, I think they're English bulldogs, Taco and Tito. And everybody's name is going up there. So it's going to be Dalen and Stacy and Axel in the middle. And you're going to have Taco and Tito. And then, of course, from here, you can see the spread and Ghost Brothers. I wanted to put Graveyard Shift and Ghosted or Roasted because those are 2 other channels that Dalen has with his thank you. But those are 2 other channels that Dalen has with himself and family. The graveyard shift does what they call PTOs, and that's when they use the spirit box and come out and mingle with the families. Which is, I'm trying to have a PTO, and if I can get that done, then I will be giving Dalen his blanket instead of sending it to him. But if not, I'll just send it to him. I've committed to making it, and that's what I'm gonna do. So, 40 minutes in, I think I did good today. I stayed pretty much on course and I followed everything. I would like to thank everyone who is subscribed to my channel. I ask you to share my videos so that more of me can get out there and it can help boost the channel along. I'm trying to reach the point of monetization. And please like the videos. We need the thummies. We need the thummies. And I'm loving the comments. I'm loving the comments. Anytime I put a video out, even if you just send me a thumbs up or a hi, I appreciate it. Hi, Emily. It's okay. We got team replay, Emily. Of course, of course, of course. I got 9 whips that I showed, and we talked today about effectively listening. So please make sure you check that out. Please, please, please make sure you check that out. I can tell you all, I can be very transparent with you all. I do auctions. Right now, I have one coming up on Saturday, and it's going to be, thank you. But I am doing an auction on Saturday. And we're going to get those bingo cards starting to be sold next week. Right now, we have 25 cards done. I'm not releasing them until I have all 100 done. 100, I thought you were only selling 50. I am only selling 50. But I have duplicates to every card, because what's going to happen is once you win and give me that information, or once you cover the board and give me that information and submit your pictures, then your name will go, the card that I have, I'm going to put your name on the back of it, and we're going to fold that card and put it into the box, and that's how we're drawing. My grandkids are going to do the drawing, so they don't know anybody in there. They just, and it's going to be a Nike shoebox so that you know that it's all closed in. My daughter and I agreed that we're going to have 3 top prizes and not 4. We're not splitting it up into 2 games. There's going to be, for the bingo, a $100 gift card, a $50 gift card, and a $25 gift card. I am trying to reach the point of monetization, just like I said, I am. My daughter and I are facing a situation right now that's really weird for us. Before we have thought we were in this position, but we are really here now. We literally just ran out of food last night, and we have nothing coming in for a week. So we've already talked to my other daughter about coming to pick up the kids early, because we don't want them here under these circumstances. Once again, I have to forego taking my medication, because my medication requires that I eat, and right now I can't. So those are other reasons that we're doing the auctions and the bingo and other things that we do. We are not trying to, we're not those people, you know what I'm saying? We have struggled since we've been here, but we always manage to pull through. We just put our nose to the grindstone a little harder. And In a sense, that's what we're doing right now. So I am asking for help. So there it is. But yeah, don't forget that the auction is going to be Saturday from 2 to somewhere around 3-ish. And the bingo cards will go on sale. I'm predicting Monday. I think I should be finished with them by Sunday night. It looks like we're cranking out about 25 every time I sit down at the computer, which is a good thing. And so we should have those ready to go. It's just a matter of getting them filled out and getting them cut apart and all that good stuff. So the hard part is done. Yes, yes, yes. So with all of that in mind, I thank each and every one of you for being here today. I really, really, really do. You have made my heart so happy. I'm flippy, flippy, flippy. I still have pixie dust, so I'm throwing some to each one of you. I still got a whole bucket over here. If you know anybody that needs any pixie dust, let me know. I got a bucket full. So I want you to take that pixie dust and sprinkle it all over and go about and have a fabulous day. I don't care what your weather looks like. I don't care what people are trying to drag you through. I don't care, what you're going through right now. I want you to concentrate on making the best of each moment. Okay? That's what I want you to do. That's what I want you to do. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to sit here and crochet like my mind is bad. But I love each and every one of you, and I want you to always to know to be bold, to be brave, be beautiful, and behave. Know that Kitty Lane loves you from the depths of my soul. So until we see each other again on these YouTube streets, peace, everybody.